Well, welcome back, everyone, to Myth Speaker. I almost called it a different campaign. This is the Myth Speaker campaign. This is the campaign where nothing is gonna go wrong. I
hmm
promise. Everything is normal. Everything is happy. And in our last session, God, I really can't speak today. In our last session, our group of fresh adventurers, I suppose we'll call them for now, or even better, we can call them by their team name, the Drasticons. You guys, I'm so proud of you.
hmm hmm
Came together to begin competing in the funeral games being put on here in Bilax to celebrate and send off Dentonian, the local hero who had failed to become a hero god himself, yet was still a beloved figure amongst the populace. His recent passing has not done much to ease the nervous spirits of those here in Bilax. Welcome, Aaron. We're just doing the recap. But the funeral games being put on will hopefully, raise the energy in the city a little bit. You all were recommended by Terpsime to join the event yourself, build up honor, get to know other competitors, and potentially win some prizes for yourselves. Dentonian, while not a hero god, still carried quite powerful pieces of equipment on his person, so, win or do quite well in the competition, and maybe you'll be able to get your hands on some of that equipment for yourselves. No promises, but hey, who's to say it won't go poorly? You went to the Kylix, the main sort of large park here in Bilex, where the opening ceremony was held, and you got to meet the three other sort of biggest teams, the ones most in the running for the win of this competition. The Golden Pegasi, a trio of locals who have joined for their love of the city state and very much doing their best to represent it, put it in good light. The Pearl Chasers, a eclectic trio that seem to actually not really care whether they win or lose. They're just here for fun. More power to them. And last but not least, Team Aki, the team of primarily foreigners who seem to be here actively to win, make a name for themselves, perhaps get rich doing so, and were certainly full of themselves when you had your initial introduction with them and spoke to them, even potentially betting whoever loses this event's entire pool of winnings. However, the other team decided that they perhaps didn't want you all to go home with nothing to your name. They are nothing if not magnanimous, and so they did not accept the bet. And while some may view them not accepting the bet as a sign of hesitation or a lack of confidence, they're showing in the first main event the ballooning and effectively competitive fishing, the sailing of Bilax's waters, proved them to be perhaps the team to actually watch out for, taking first place in that competition and building a pretty dominant lead here as the first event has come to a close. We've got it in chat, of course, but as a general reminder of the standings, Team Aki is in first place with 6 medallions. The Pearl Chasers and yourselves, the Drasticons, are tied for effectively third place with 3 medallions apiece. And the Golden Pegasi, unfortunately, having gotten last in that first contest, have 0 medallions to their name. You get medallions based off of how well you do in the event, and each of the 3 judges in an event has medallions themselves that they can give out to exemplary performers. You yourselves having technically only taken third place in the event and winning 1 medal, but 2 pretty impressive performances led to you getting 2 more of the judges' medallions, putting you up where you are. But with all of that being said, the first event, the first major event of the Funeral Games has come to a close. It is late afternoon by this point. Many of the other teams are heading back to their own homes, perhaps to feast, to celebrate. Other peoples around Bilax are beginning to enjoy the afternoon and evening experience. There are a few other smaller competitions going on at this time of day. Would probably be the first drinking competitions happening around the city for those who are interested in the lesser games, the ones that don't necessarily have any prizes or standings for winning, but people are going to participate in nonetheless to celebrate. For you all, at this point, we're at about 6 p.m. The other teams have all begun to go their separate ways, and you all stand here at the docks in South Slope, your run having come to an end, the medallions in your grasp, and an evening to decide what you would like to do with. Whether that's heading back to Terpsimae's for dinner and just relaxing the rest of the night away, or if there are other things in particular you would like to accomplish.
Han's going to turn to his companions. I think we did excellent. Especially with the big catch. Looks over at Oreais.
Your sailing was in perfect position to corner him.
Yeah, I learned a thing or two on sailing from Tian all the way here.
Did you sail alone, or were you on a larger crude ship? Well, sail alone, that would probably be impossible, but were you
No,
part of the crew?
part of the crew might be stretching it a bit. I mean, I did work on the ship. Captain Tally, he was an old friend of Lady Terpsimae. Is that how you pronounce her name, Jericho? Terpsimae?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I personally think he just wanted me off the ship. I mean,
Hmm.
I may have had a few accidents here and there, but nothing that was horrible. Though that one idiot did step on my tail, and that caused a brawl.
Hmm.
Then his wife got involved, and then it just went downhill from there. I may have insulted her looks a couple times,
Uh,
and he took offense to that, and then I questioned his performance everywhere in his life, and that's when we came to blows.
hmm. And
So,
after seeing the fight, the captain said, "I know someone who should stay at my old friend's house. This guy who just got in a fist fight."
yes, I'm beginning to think that was the straw that broke the elephant's back.
Hmm. Well, yes. Excellent job, everyone. Do the Golden Pegasi seem upset at all about their placement, or not really?
Give me a
Or
sense
are they
motive
like
check.
just kind of chilling? Okay. I guess they seem pretty relaxed about it. Cause sorry.
Taking a look at them as they're, have their debrief after the competition, congratulate the other teams. They don't they certainly don't seem down at all. They seem like they had a good time. Whether they actively cared about winning or not, you're not quite sure. They don't really show one way or the other as far as you can tell. They're just happy to participate.
Okay. That's good.
All right, before we do anything else, where's the lizard? Ton looks around. I don't see it. Cyrus, where's the lizard?
It's somewhere. I wasn't really doing much with it.
The boat they were on rocks a little bit, and a serpentine head pops over the edge.
Oh, well, there it is.
I swear, I
ducks
swear
back
that
into
thing
the
is
boat.
blessed by the gods. I swear that thing is blessed by the gods.
Ah, well. You found me, didn't it?
It did. It did. So Jericho,
Yar.
now that this competition is over, is everyone like heading to the next one, or is that the only one for the day?
This was the only main competition of today. Tomorrow we'll have 2 more main competitions, and from what you've heard, that'll be the relay and probably the feasting competition.
Relays are sprinting, right?
Can be.
Feasting. Who has feasting lore?
Who's
They're
ready
really
to
feasting lore.
devour?
I don't know. Probably
food.
not.
Didn't one of us plan to have dinner with some of these people?
I think the is she a merfolk? I don't know. Had mentioned something about food, but I'm not sure if she was serious.
Fell? Yeah, Fell of the Pearl Chasers, I believe, had invited you guys if you just wanted to, like, go grab food after today's competition, if you wanted to grab a meal with them.
Yeah.
Sure.
By no means required to. So you see the Pearl Chasers walking when you sort of hurry to catch up with them, and Fell looks over. Oh, I wasn't actually certain if you would were going to join, considering you were just sort of standing around afterwards. Glad to have you. Anything in particular you're craving? I know we talked about the squid chowder sort of over in North Slope, but it's a bit eccentric, and if there's anything else people are craving, then I'm happy to we can grab something else.
A large fish to celebrate our victory over the seas. My suggestion.
Oh, Jericho, the fish we caught, where is all that
Fell
fish?
looks at you as you are saying this. That's a good joke. The fish you guys caught have been effectively like shipped out to other restaurants around the city. Because it's all in the spirit of competition. So
Jericho, merfolk, they feed on the creatures of the sea, don't they?
yeah, no, Fell's
They're
just
not like-
making
they're
a
not-
dumb joke.
Well,
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, what are they, vegetarians
feigning.
or something?
Yeah, I was like, I hope she's not offended by that. She eats fish.
They're feigning offense at best. They don't care. So like Fel gives a smirk after saying that. It's a bad joke. I apologize. I am more than happy. I was offering to, like, I was recommending squid earlier. So, seafood is food. It's got food in the name. So I'm happy to try anything. Any particular fish? Local, exotic, imported? Particular ways of preparing? Anything like that?
I would like to try some local stuff. I have yet to
Okay.
sample the cuisine.
We can certainly do local. Do you prefer to play it safe with your food, or do you want to get a bit out there?
Pon kind of looks back at his companions, then looks at Fel. Out there.
The rest of you are okay with getting out there. Out there is what I prefer. Love
Nothing that I'm
strange
eating
food.
while it's alive. But
No.
other than that, sure. Okay.
Quite used to quite a lot of different meals, so whatever works.
Wonderful.
Isn't it mainly hardtack on those boats? Maybe some old wine. Cyrus?
I wouldn't say that. I treat my crew well. Thank you very
That's
much.
Yeah. I was gonna say it just depends on how much you piss the captain off.
Mm.
Oh,
Hi.
He gets it.
Cyrus, were you a ship's captain? Follow me. We can walk and talk.
Aye.
We're heading into the Kylix.
I was indeed. I've
Oh.
mostly trade and things like that.
Fun? Any fun stories of your travels? Any unique places you've gone? What's you know? And if I'm pressing too much, by all means, tell me. It's your own business. I don't actually care that much, but hey, I enjoy stories of far off places.
Damn.
Got him.
Well. In terms of travel, well, nothing super exciting. Most of my more exciting stories are from the military. Yeah, not the most fun stories.
Not to say I don't care about the military, but yeah, I don't really care about the military, or at least military exploits. They're less
no,
interesting.
trust me, I do not understand. I do not blame you at all.
Yeah.
The Iblydos military?
Yes.
Suppose I didn't know we had one. No, just kidding. But I guess
No,
I
you
don't quite
had
know
a-
what they do.
They all fight with each other.
Yeah.
And were you part of Paul Bilax's military, or military of a different city-state?
I didn't know there was different states, Jericho. Or
Iblydos
that they had
is
different militaries.
all city-states, yeah.
Fair. Yes,
The
Port
national
Pilax.
one.
All right. Oh, well, interesting. I just came from Poliakora just recently, so I'm relatively new in Bilax itself, which is, gotta try the fun restaurants in new places, am I right? So, just, yeah. And, as you guys continue wandering off of South Slope up into the Kylix, you eventually, you've got all those smells of the various industries here as well. But above that, the sort of smell of salt water, the ocean breeze, becomes a bit more prevalent as you approach a pretty large, almost open restaurant. There's not really a roof, but it almost looks like this building has enormous ribs of some massive creature to act as the supports for the walls, and then creating a cylindrical roof overhead as well that doesn't cover anything at all unless you would be directly under one of those large pieces of bone, but certainly the smells of cooked fish and fresh baked bread from within are wafting out along with the smell of an ocean breeze, creating a pretty delectable smell in the air as you guys head in, grab a table. There are menus available, and it's a variety of local delicacies, but fell at the very least on their recommendation for if you're looking for something perhaps a bit stranger, would be the grapevine smoked eel that they do here with a quote unquote centaur bread. It's not made of actual centaurs, but the centaurs who live here don't need to know that.
True.
Keeps them away from causing trouble. So, you guys are free to enjoy a pretty nice meal here with Fel. Fel notably pays for all of you since they were the one who invited you. But any conversation you would like to have with them, or anything else you would like to do over the course of this meal?
Ton would strike up a conversation with Fel. His natural curiosity is once again getting the better of him, and he's most likely going to put his foot in his mouth again.
Classic.
So, Fel, you said you were or were not native to Iblydos?
Native to Iblydos, yes. Poliakora actually is where I was born, but I've spent time in most of the city-states.
Okay, so, I mean, as you've heard me say, I'm from Tian Sha, and the concept of the hero gods is absolutely fascinating to me. One of them that I've heard about by name, the Tide Fang, the one.
Ah, yes. Yes. The original name is Itildos, but they are one of the hero gods of Iblydos.
Was he a merfolk like you before his ascension, or was he a land walker like me?
The Tide Fang is interesting, actually. It's not exactly certain, but general consensus, I suppose, is that the Tide Fang is actually a construct. They were created by one of the other hero gods before they, upon their ascension, ended up splitting off and going to do their own thing, which their own thing is capitalizing on the misfortune of others for profit, so...
Does the Tide Fang treat your people well under the waves, or do they treat you with disdain?
We generally get ignored. The Tide Fang is not an individual that necessarily is always paying attention to merfolk or Sadakthis or even ships passing overhead. It's more so that He just exists there, and when he gets mad, everyone suffers. So, do your best to not make him mad.
And you are a
Huh.
wreckage diver, right?
Yes, That's part of why I tend to travel around. One don't necessarily want to get a lot of people, knowing you, your face showing up with the authorities when you are perhaps not salvaging the most legal wrecks, or at least not with the right permits. And just time and tide takes you to just the different parts of the archipelago.
Khan's gonna
You're not going
pause
to
for
tell
a
the
minute.
authorities, are you? I assume not, but
No, no, I'm
no.
not.
good. Oh, spoke a little too much there.
That's your. Well, no, that's how you put food in your belly and a roof over your head. I'm not going to take that from you.
Indeed, thank you. I appreciate that. But how about yourself?
the-
You are from Tian Sha, you said, so I imagine you don't worship any of the hero gods. Is there a deity that you devote yourself to at all?
Yes, and then he'll reach under his armor and he'll pull out a very crudely, and I mean crudely carved symbol of Daikitsu, the Lady of Foxes. And then he'll hold it out to Fel. Yes, I worship Daikitsu. We call her the Lady of Foxes, though she's appeared as a man, as a woman.
Because I get it.
Yes! Our myths tell us that she created us as her children.
Very interesting. Always love a good
Yes.
creation myth.
Must be nice to have been created intentionally and with love, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's the thing. We
Damn
don't
right.
know
The
if she
Minotaur
created
myth.
us.
The Minotaur
don't-
myth is quite.
We don't know if she created us with love. We know we believe she created us. Therefore, we love her. We all like to believe she loves us, but we don't actually know that for certain fact. Though she did give us this, and then you'll just see Tan just shapeshift into a normal-looking man from Tiansha, about 20 years old. Fur, ears, tail, everything disappears. Then he'll shapeshift right back.
Quite disturbing. You prefer
Yes.
the Kitsune form?
Yes, this is what you would call my quote-unquote natural form. I was born looking like this. I can turn into the other one. Some of my people can turn into foxes. Some of my people can turn into hybrid forms of humanoid and fox. Some of us even have 9 tails. I only have, then he'll switch his tail around. I just have the 1 for now. I'll reach 9 though. Count on it.
Well,
How about the rest of you? Cyrus, Oreais, Scarfos, I believe, the three of you at least seem like you're generally local. Are there any hero gods that are deserving of your devotion, or other deities from beyond the islands?
I serve the Church of Freya.
Ah, yes, absolutely. We absolutely. Well, I don't want to say I love the Horizon Flame, but I certainly appreciate her and her efforts over the land. Many a times I would not have necessarily made it back safely from a dive were it not for the lighthouses her and her following have constructed. So she has much of my appreciation, at the very least.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
I think one of the spirits, when you say that, probably in your head just sighs and goes, "Really? That's your best description? Pretty good."
How common knowledge is it that she's like become far more important than she used to?
Definitely, like, common. For anyone who is native, her importance has grown, as she is one of the few who very much is almost the voice of reason amongst the hero gods in recent years.
With her expanded divine portfolio, I guess we could call it. Her church is stretched thin these days.
I've heard, yes. Well, you know how it is. Ones like the Tide Fang, on Galt, you know how the Pride Father gets sometimes. So, it's quite appreciated what she does, and what those of you are. Are you a priest of hers? Are you just a worshipper? Sorry, if I'm asking too much, delving too personal, please, I don't really know when to stop, so you'll just have to tell me.
I'm not a full priest. I was planning on it, but things
Oh,
got in the
life has its way of doing that sort of thing. But things change. Tide comes in, goes out. So, you know, just because you weren't it originally doesn't mean you can't be.
That's true.
She knocks her
things
fork off the table. Ugh. And
Do you serve any of the gods?
I wouldn't say directly serve. I have my healthy respect for both the Horizon Flame and the Tide Fang. The Horizon Flame helps us get back. The Tide Fang, I always make sure to leave a little bit behind when I'm salvaging a wreck, just to make sure I don't get smote down for my greed. So, no direct worship on my part, but those would be the two that I have the most connection to, I suppose.
It is interesting work. Tell me, have you ever run into creatures like, and I give them the description of those fish people that Oreais heard about?
Yeah. You guys, if I'm recalling correctly, didn't have a great description of them. You kind of just got told fish people.
Yeah. Attacking ships.
But notably,
Yeah.
Fell is actually the perfect person to talk to about this, because where they're from, Pol Leocora, is mostly inhabited by merfolk and that type of fish person. So when you describe that, they ask a couple clarifying questions here and there just to make sure you're talking about the same thing, but they'll eventually like do some drawings quickly, ask questions, and you're talking about Stockthese.
Can you spell that for us?
Absolutely.
Octhes?
Thank you.
Yeah, Sadakthi.
Ah.
Or if you want their plural, Sadakthis. They are oceanic fish people, effectively. The ocean dwellers. They don't necessarily like fresh water, but they have really innate connections to other aquatic life forms, animals most especially. So they're a very free folk. However, they can be quite violent when it comes down to it. They have they attack villages on occasion. Most of the ones around Poliakora, at least, have gotten better. They keep to a number of ruins around the island's edges. They make their homes there, so. But if they're, attacking ships here, they probably have a reason for it. They wouldn't necessarily just attack a vessel unless something is gone horrendously wrong, I suppose. And she can give you enough of a description that I will show you guys some artwork if you would like. For Sadocthes.
Yeah.
Yay, artwork.
Sadocthes. Don't get too scared. Looks something like this typically.
Ooh, cool.
Literal humanoid
Wearing
fish.
a little backpack.
Yeah. They have an action called Wriggling Rush and Peak Creatures. Oh, did not mean to necessarily put that to chat, but all good. Hit the wrong button. More artwork of them, because I've got it. Something like that, if you want one with armor and a trident.
Aw.
They're great guys. They are not necessarily nice creatures, but they're a very insular creature, I suppose. They are very hierarchical and community focused, and are very much like good with animals. So typically, when something happens and causes them to act, it's because something has been done to animals and they were nearby, and they took it very personally.
Oh, so they're
Mhm.
PETA.
Kinda, yeah, but better. And worse at the same time,
Well,
because
yeah.
they actually kill people.
Well, yeah, they're actual fish people who wield tridents and can breathe underwater. Of course, they're better than PETA.
Yeah. Where did my die drop? D20.
Your die is somewhere in your apartment.
Damn,
Fell
I hate
looking
that.
for the fork, be like, oh,
I'll find it later. That's why I've got two
Oh.
D20s with me.
I wonder what's riled this particular tribe of them up.
we did hear that from fishermen?
Yeah,
right?
just talking to people on the docks.
Or just people on docks.
Mhm. So it
Maybe
was
they felt
like
threatened by
still
something.
sort of in the realm of rumor, nothing really confirmed. But you've got a lead, so to speak. But one like important thing you would know, they are intelligent creatures. So should be possible to communicate. I believe we have some people in the party who speak Thalassic. Cyrus and
Well,
Ton both do. That
Nice.
is the primary language of Sadocthes. So, any
Ton,
oh, go ahead.
Ton will just say in Thalassic, if anyone else understands this, reply back in the language, please.
No, I reply
Hello.
in the language.
Bell replies in Thalassic.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Both Scophos and Oreais. It almost sounds like when someone tries to talk underwater and you just hear like the sound of bubbles. That's kind of what it sounds like them talking about. They're making that very sort of popping sound with their noise or with their mouths, and that's the language they speak very briefly.
Fel,
Yes.
What kind of alcohol does your people make?
Do we make?
Yeah, is there like a special type of alcohol that can be made underwater?
No.
Aww.
My tribe were mostly pearl farmers.
Okay. Damn, I was hoping to bring back a story back home to claim that I had drank an alcohol made underwater.
No, sorry, I'm not actually familiar with any underwater brews.
Hmm.
Both merfolk are typically found most commonly in Pol Leocora and Pol Hoimpeia, neither of which are particularly known for their alcohols. So like, you might have some that have created their own brewing techniques, but considering they're not well known by now, I would, assume the quality is definitely not as good as here's.
Mm. But do you export or bring many pearls to sell in other cities?
Yes, pearls and surprisingly, not to boast, of course, but our schooling methods are quite well regarded. Some of the more common teaching curriculums that have made their way around Iblydos in the last couple centuries originated from merfolk tribes around Leocora.
Just like
Oh,
general educational
Yeah.
stuff?
what is the largest pearl you've ever farmed? How big was it?
Well, I've never personally farmed them. I've mostly gone and found them.
Oh, what's the biggest one you found?
Uh, Maybe yay big?
Hmm.
Now, for pearls,
So cool.
is it is it the size of the pearl that fetches a higher price, or its density, how shiny it is? Like what makes a pearl
Size
valuable?
and luster typically are what makes them more valuable. And I'm pulling that out of my ass. If that's different in real life, I apologize. I don't actually know. I didn't do my
Jericho, you should have
research
known
on
this.
pearl
Immersion
value.
ruined.
Well, hey, Jericho, it doesn't matter. This is Galarian, different rules.
Right.
Well, you named two of the things that make it valuable,
Yeah.
so there you go.
Are you looking it
Googled
up
it.
right now?
Third is how easy
Yeah.
it is to clutch.
Ah, I would have never guessed that.
Pearl clutching.
But as the meal sort of winds down, it's not like you guys are at Terpsimaze where it's a large multi-course meal. You guys came out to a restaurant to grab dinner. Are there any sort of last things you'd like to talk to Fel about before you guys perhaps go your separate ways for the rest of the evening?
Nothing from Ton.
Really?
Um, uh, not asking Fel this, but the attacks we knew about, or the attacks we heard rumors of,
Mhm.
was that in this harbor or in a different,
Not in
like,
this harbor, just
city-state?
sort of
It was
around
just
Bilax.
around. Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
as a reminder, Bilax refers to both the city-state itself and the city. So
Yeah.
Bilax is the city. Pol Bilax would be the
Okay,
entire
okay.
city-state. Pol is the prefix that helps people understand you're talking about the city-state, not just the city. So those were a lot of sailors who have visited other ports of call as well, aren't just like solely dock workers here in Bilax that were just sharing stories and news they'd heard,
Oh,
things
okay.
they'd seen. All unsubstantiated, basically.
You know, Ton really wants to go find a merfolk settlement underwater and just observe how they smith stuff, how they make all their stuff underwater. Because fire don't work underwater, so how do they form
That's a
the
good question.
metal?
I'm fairly sure there are, in certain areas, like magma vents underwater. Water can still get superheated if it doesn't necessarily become fire, so to speak. So I would imagine that merfolk smiths have methods of heating water in localized areas or creating effectively air pockets that they can actually create a fire in order to smith. Would be how I describe it. I think superheating water to smith is probably the coolest sounding, so we'll go with that.
And does Fel have like one of the things that lets you like swim on land, or do they just have like legs and just walk normally?
Fel is... Fel has... Fel does not have... I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
Yeah, you mentioned it like during character creation stuff, but now I can't remember.
Pull out my Hell of the Wild real quick. Like a
just
Supra or
walk.
something I want to call
Maybe
it.
some merfolk have legs. I don't know.
It looks like a chariot.
Yes, I want to actually say it's called like a super chariot, but I might be remembering wrong. That awakens tortoise
Oh,
artwork. A supramarine chair is what it's called. There is a specific feat at 9th level merfolk can take called Shore Gift that allows them to polymorph their fins into legs. Fel here doesn't have that, nor do they have a supermarine chair. They just squiggle around,
Fair enough.
which, causes them to move pretty slowly, but they've adapted.
This on the archives of Nethys Merfolk, the second illustration is terrifying.
I know exactly which one you're
Yeah.
talking about.
This I've got to see.
It's
The
like
one
a
on.
anglerfish like face.
Mhm.
Yep. Is great.
Oh hell yeah!
The one on
It's
page
scary.
37, I believe, of Howl of the Wild. The blue one that's holding like an orb of light.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the top one looks like a shark version of Maui.
All right. Well, as you guys sort of finish up your meal, separate from Fel, wish each other a good evening. At this point, night has certainly fallen. It is probably approaching, a little after 8 p.m. by this point. So, if there were any sort of last things you guys would like to go out and do, you certainly can. Most competitions are probably done for the day, so it would really just be like seeing the nightlife of the city, what that's like at all. Or you are certainly welcome to simply head back to the estate and rest up in preparation for the multiple events you will have tomorrow.
Jericho, what time is it once we finish our meal with the pearl
I
chaser?
just said it's a little after 8.
Man, I'm more deaf than I am ever imagined. I was distracted by the merfolk pictures. Leave me alone.
True.
Mhm. Yeah, little after 8
Wait,
p.m.
I'm kidding.
Do they have other than these competitions, do they have other stuff related to Dintolnion specifically, like a funeral procession or pictures of him or something?
So all of the contests are to celebrate Dintolnian. There is going to be what you are aware of as the send-off on Monday evening, Moon Day evening, which is actually anyone who is been in or around Bilax for some time. Go ahead and give me a recall knowledge on that. It's got some dice rolling going.
Would I be able to do that, Jericho?
No.
Or have I not been here long enough?
You've been here like 2 days, my guy.
I've only been here a couple days.
Yeah. Oreais, you would know this best. The spirit send off effectively here in Bilax is an actually well spoken about tradition in other city states. It is when deceased spirits march to the sea in order to be ferried to the afterlife. So all sort of spirits who have perished over the last month or so, this happens the first moon day of every month, are sort of walk the roads of Bilax, guided by the pyres of the city. The belief is that this helps spirits from prevent them from getting lost and becoming ghosts. Of course, it's not perfect, but it is a well-spoken about tradition that certainly seems to keep the number of ghosts in Bilax to a lower number than other city-states. So that send-off is going to happen Moon Day, and that'll be sort of the funeral games will go, end before the send-off, and then the send-off will be when Dintolnian and many other spirits are head off to the afterlife. And that'll sort of be the culmination of this celebration.
Okay. I didn't really have anything else specific I wanted to do. Maybe we'll just stop for a drink and then wander around before going back to Terp's Maze.
Yeah.
place.
Absolutely. If you guys wanted to if you wanted to find some taverns, you might not necessarily find any amazing taverns here in the Kylix. You would probably know that if you want like good taverns effectively, perhaps heading over towards the North Slope. If you're here in the Kylix, there's a solid 40% chance a centaur is going to try and steal your wallet if you're getting a drink.
Amazing.
And that's just something the people here deal with. North Slope would be like the actual bars and tavern establishments that people would go to savor a drink at, and you guys could certainly head over that way and get a drink if you would like. You also know you could probably go back to Terp's Maze and just get drinks there for free if you're in the business of saving money.
How much? I don't even know how much money I have. Not that much.
You
Yeah,
broke.
Tom's a little strapped for cash.
Actually,
Yeah.
Oreais is not broke.
I mean, it's not that much, but for like food and stuff, it's fine. So yeah.
Right. Scoffos is the brokest one here. Silent but broke.
we can go back to.
And that tattoo costs a lot.
Oh yeah.
We
Terp's hospitality.
Yeah. You guys can certainly head back to Terp's Maze, get a drink, talk about the competition over the first day before heading off to sleep for the night.
That stupid Tengu.
That damn Tengu and her meddling team. Any final things people would like to do before heading off to sleep then tonight?
Tan is just going to say a prayer to Daikitsu, but it's not really a prayer, it's just him actually just talking to her as he was taught. He just says, "This place is odd. It's very odd. I hope I can get used to it."
That's not going to happen. Maybe it will. Who knows?
I was looking at a map and Townshell is like so far away. It's like the other side of the world.
Mhm.
I did not realize your journey was that far.
Yes. And Iblydos is, of course, southwestern Casmeron, so not in the inner sea region as many are used to exploring. Iblydos is on sort of that trade route away from the inner sea. So it's over there, off doing its own thing. We can blow it up and no one will care.
True.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, Scoffos, while you're here, anything else you would like to do before heading off to sleep here?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Cyrus, Oreais?
Nothing.
No, just yeah, make sure my implement is working, make sure I have all my pouches. That's pretty much it.
Fantastic.
How fast would you say the mail works here?
Oh, good question. Where are you trying to send a letter?
I already sent one
Right.
back to Rian.
Right. And you sent that yesterday, effectively. Probably a few days. So
Okay.
if you're looking to get it to Rianfaros and then get a letter back, you'd probably be looking at about a week's time.
Okay.
Would be what you expect. Maybe longer if something happens, things get held up. Thankfully, there are a number of animals that are trained to carry letters around the city-states. It is not just relying on ships to carry mail, and especially like the temples and priesthoods. If you're trying to send it as you were to your old temple, would have like a few of their own animals specifically trained to like beacon to other temples. I can't fucking think words good.
Other lighthouses and stuff.
Yeah. So probably about a week is what you'll be looking at. So after the games have ended would be when you would likely expect to get a response.
Okay.
But with all that being said, everyone feel free to go ahead and take your long rest here.
Do we know what kind of games to expect for tomorrow, by chance?
The games that are to be held today are likely going to be the relay and the feasting competition.
Okay.
We love competitive feasting.
Yeah, we got Oreais on our team. She's gonna be able to just knock the competition out of the water.
About eating
Yeah.
or relay?
No, you're the biggest one here. You have the biggest stomach.
That is true. +1 con.
Let me tell you, that feasting competition is just going to be a lot of fortitude saves, so get your dice ready.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
It's how well can you keep it down? I think Cyrus and Scoffos are going to be our best bets for that one, most certainly.
Oh?
With their +3 fortitude saves. Surely will go well.
Surely.
But as you guys get up and prepare in the morning, the servants apologize that Terpsime is not there to put you through a rigorous stretching routine in the morning. She is actually going to be the host of the relay and has already headed off towards North Slope to finish setting that up. And she is expecting you guys to show up in a timely manner once you finish your morning preparations and consume a good breakfast and all of that. Since this is to be held early in the morning.
Jericho, has my shape
Yar?
changer's intuition triggered at all?
No.
Okay.
No. Haven't really come across anyone that seems to be, changing shape. At least no one you've sufficiently spent time with. when you're just walking on the street, it might not as easily let you know that something's up as when you're actually spending time talking to people. So I'd say at least like amongst your competition, Terpsime and her staff, the people you're with, it hasn't pinged at all. But so again, you guys will certainly have a good chunk of the day between the relay and the feasting, since the relay is happening around, 9-ish in the morning is when it's set to start. And then the feast will happen around dinner time. So you guys will have quite a chunk of the day to continue exploring the city or do what you would like to do between those two events. But as you guys finish up your daily preparations, is there anything in particular you would like to do either before or as you are heading over to North Slope and actually near the exit of the city itself? For the competition to be held.
Nothing from me.
Okay.
Nothing from myself either.
Would we be cutting through the Acropolis to go there, or probably around it since it's
You guys
elevated?
could go around without much issue. All of Bilax is sort of in hilly terrain. North Slope is also sort of a hill going up. The Acropolis is just, the highest up part of the city where it's becomes pure just basalt bedrock. So it'd be up to you if you wanted to cross through the Acropolis. Since you're, starting at Terps Maze, you could just kind of cut directly through if you wanted to, but you could just as easily, take a main road and go around. So you have enough time whichever way you choose to go.
Can we maybe cut through? Just I'm curious if that person we met there earlier is just still like. I'm curious if we'll see her still walking around looking for the thing, but
Yeah.
I guess that was like 2 days ago.
It was 2 days ago at this point. But you're certainly welcome
walk
to head
through
through the
there.
Acropolis. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you guys go that direction. Yeah. As you guys are walking through the Acropolis, you hear the sound of a lute from a nearby street, sort of out of the way. You'd be welcome to go check it out if you'd like, but it's not directly on the path you're taking. And you do remember the person you spoke to was carrying a lute.
Oh. Then, are we short on time or?
I would assume you guys gave yourselves plenty of time to reach your destination, unless you wanted to roll up right as it's beginning. But I
Okay,
figure,
then I'd say we should go check
Okay.
the
Yeah.
loot.
guys go a little bit out of your way, head actually back towards again the aviary, which for those of you who don't remember is over here. And as you guys are walking over, you see actually a number of performers are sort of getting instruments out and setting up. There's a small stage. Looks like there is going to be perhaps one of the many contests happening here at some point. But looking around, Oreais and Scophos, you both clock that female Azarketi that had spoken to previously, who is sitting on a bench nearby, maybe busking, you're not sure. Like, her loot case is open in front of her on the ground, but it doesn't have any coin in it or anything, and she's just playing.
Um, I guess I'll walk up then. And I'll just say, like, hello. I believe we ran into you a couple days ago.
Good morning.
Ring a
You
bell.
were the travelers visiting the aviary, weren't you? Yes, I remember.
Oh, yes.
Glad to see
Uh,
you in good health and spirits, I suppose.
you as well. Um, we were going north to participate in the rest of the funeral games, but
Oh, are you participating in
passed
the
through
main
here.
contests?
Yes, we're bringing great honor to our host Terpsme
Indeed.
in
Well,
third place. Great honor. So
it's only been one contest so far. The places can easily change. Need to get riled up about not being in first. But best of luck.
thank you.
You haven't happened to have any news or sightings for me, have you?
No. I'll just look at my companions, I guess. At least I haven't seen anything. I guess that's what I was curious if you were having any luck with that dastardly cat.
Unfortunately, not yet. We lost another power file yesterday, but no news. I can't necessarily say in this case is good news, but we're doing what we can.
You know what? If we have time between the games today, I at least will be willing to come back and hunt for it. What do you
Uh,
all think?
by all means, I'd appreciate the help. We're not keeping our search entirely to the Acropolis. We're searching sort of everywhere, so to speak. If you
But
are... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if it's attacking the pyrofowl, do you think it's living around here?
Well, the
Or
Pyrofowls go everywhere around the city. You know, we
oh, okay.
have...
I get it.
the aviary here is where many of them choose to make their nests, but, I mean, you've probably seen them. They have nests on any number of buildings around the city itself.
Mm.
So, if you are interested in helping, and we'd appreciate it, I know the Kylix is probably where we're spread the thinnest looking around. So, if you were interested in, taking a walk around that area, looking, seeing if you find anything, I'd appreciate it. And again, remember, if this is what we're thinking it is, it's probably much too dangerous to take on with a small group. So better to report a sighting than directly try and engage with it. Don't want anyone getting hurt over this matter.
Yes, we wouldn't want to harm the creature too much. You're right.
I was more saying I don't want you coming to harm, but I appreciate your confidence. Quite frankly, if it is what we think it is, I don't actually care how much harm comes to it. The more, the better.
Then don't worry, we won't engage. Just look for it.
Right. Well, stay careful. Best of luck with your competition today. She definitely seems perhaps a little bit befuddled that you guys, or at least you at the very least, are competing in the main contests. You have 2 today, and you volunteered for effectively City Watch in your off
I
hours.
thought you said there was like time between them.
Yeah, you've got time between them. Most
Oh,
competitors
okay.
use that time to like chill out and rest.
Oh, well, we'll see. Maybe I'm
And
right.
you're going, let's do City Watch duty. Let's be good citizens.
Good citizens. It's about killing a creature. So
How could you ever hate this cat?
I mean, it's killing their sacred birds.
Look at this adorable thing and tell me you hate it.
I mean,
I
I
do.
really don't.
I hate it. It's a fae.
It looks like it would make you
Busting.
Yeah,
sneeze a
I was
lot.
gonna say it's a fae.
Just caused 2
Allergy
character
inducing.
deaths in other campaigns I've seen.
Oh boy.
Really? 2 character deaths?
One was in one of mine.
Elenanxes are menaces.
Mhm.
Can be a menace at the very least.
If you watch Glass Cannon, one of their characters died to that cat.
Ouch.
Ooh.
It's actually pretty funny. She started with a kitsune fighter who died to a fox pet of a druid, and then her cat folk, or she was a cat folk fighter, and then her kitsune died to a cat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's
As is here at level 1, an Elenanx would basically hit any of you on a 2 for their attack roll, and a good damage roll would instantly down any of you. A crit would basically
No, we got
guarantee
it.
you guys go down. So,
We got
you know,
this.
critting on an 11 or 12, and any
Yeah.
crit will likely instantly down your character, if not insta-kill them due to massive damage.
So you're giving mixed signals here. There's this plot hook, but it will also kill us.
Jericho.
I cannot stress enough how much these people want you to report a sighting, not to engage with the cat.
Understood.
Jericho, massive damage. Is that twice your health?
It's twice your max HP. If you ever take that much in a single blow, instant death. It's not twice your current HP, it's twice your max.
Faraz was just like, well, they had it coming to him.
You get hit so hard your soul just gets ejected straight down to the boneyard.
They
Do
just
not
think
pass
it's
go. Sorry?
They haven't actually spotted it, right?
No,
just
they
think
haven't.
it's-
Currently, an Elenanx is their best thought, since that is a creature that certainly could eat pyre fowls pretty easily. There are signs of it being feline in nature, and Elenanxes are probably the most well-known feline entity that is immune to fire, which would make it a sort of perfect hunter for pyre fowls.
Now, the pyre fowls, are they medium creatures? I can't remember.
Pyre fowls are... That's a good question. Pyre fowls are small.
Oh, okay.
And as a reminder, they look like this. Lovely little firebirds. That I tried really hard to hide my mistake when I told you they're not firebirds. They're firebirds.
The younger cousins of phoenixes.
Sometimes dubbed lesser phoenixes. True. But they're like flaming peafowls. When excited, their feathers flicker with incandescence, and an irate pyrefowl can create sparks with a click of its beak, or blow burning embers at a foe with its wing beat. Funny flaming birds.
So it's got the fire, but not the rebirth or the magic.
Yes.
All right.
And Bilax as a city-state extends legal protections to resident pyrefowls. Harassing or killing the birds is prohibited.
What if the bird tries to kill you?
They won't, unless you've done something.
Oh, so that's the logic they go with.
Yeah. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to say to this individual who would give her name as Pelesa to you guys?
Huh? Ton's just quietly observing.
Yeah. Same thing
Okay.
as Iris.
Then you guys are, I imagine after this, just heading over towards the edge of North Slope and edge of the city for the competition, the relay, so to speak. What is likely to be the most elaborate event of this entire competition. As you guys make your way towards the edge of North Slope, you see the judges driving horse-drawn chariots out of the city and away. Spectators beginning to gather on the nearby hills. This is a competition that takes place entirely outside of the city. You see there is a small stage where Terpsime and a couple others are currently getting last-minute things set up, and you do see the other competing teams nearby as well, sort of getting everything ready themselves. Loosening up, getting ready for whatever events are ahead, whatever requirements will be in this competition. But as you guys make your way forward, a couple more minutes pass as we hit right around 9:30 in the morning. Most of the other people step to the side and let Terpsime stand forward on the stage. Not really like standing in a grand oratory way, more like leaning on a barrel, hand on her chin, and the barrel is full of javelins. And she's just like parted the javelins and is looking through them at you guys and at the other competitors. But after, voices begin to die down, Terpsime stands straight to attention. One of the helpers comes up quickly, retrieves, and moves the barrel off to the side as Terpsime begins reciting an invocation to nymph muses in Bilax. A not quite prayer, but ceremonial prayer, effectively. Before, with a quiet hush, she speaks out to the competitors and spectators alike. Long ago, when the bites of a miasmic amphisbania left her friend dying, the hero god Kyle sought a cure from Cyclopean sages. They prophesied that only the sacred Tocolis herb hidden deep in the forest could purge the venom, which would kill her friend 3 dawns hence. Though the forest was distant, Kylie wasted no time. Racing the first dawn's sunlight as it spilled across the landscape, she climbed the morning mist as a shortcut. Yet, this drew the attention of her nemesis. The demon lord Nergal, hoping to stop her, he focused the sun's rays at her, burning the mist away. As she descended from the sky, Kylie hurled her javelin at the sun, wounding Nergal, but not before the scorching sun could set the island ablaze. Upon landing, she raced on. Then, herb in hand, she seized a passing chariot and rushed back under cover of night, the wildfires lighting her way. For her efforts, she arrived just before dawn, saved her friend, and inspired Paul Bialex forever. Today, we recreate her journey with the Pyre relay. Each team will race along a marked route, traveling the clouds, descending from the sky, treading the burning fields, and wounding Nergal before you retrieve the herb and race your chariot back to Bilax. The first team is ready. Please approach the starting line. To which Team Aki sort of steps up begins having a discussion amongst themselves who is going to be where and do what for each part. Since this is, of course, a relay race, you guys are going to have to determine who's taking care of what parts of the race for the finish of it. But before we get into what sort of rules that's going to look like and what roles you might have to do, let's go ahead and take a quick break here. So stand up, stretch, grab some water, do whatever it is you need to do. I need more water. And I'll see you all in just a few minutes. So welcome back from break, everyone. The relay has been announced. Team Aki is going to go first. You all are on the docket to go second. But thankfully, you've got a chunk of time, because this relay is something that is expected to potentially take, upwards of 2 hours per team. So you've got time to see if you can figure some things out. The event coordinators have kept the exact route secret, but now that it's actively starting, you could certainly make some rolls to see if you could figure out what the actual route and challenges might entail so you can best spread yourselves out for this contest if you would like to.
Yes.
Without hesitation.
Yeah.
Each person who would like to try and figure something out about this, I'm going to ask for a blind roll here. You can give me games lore, hero god lore, or Pol Bilax lore. You can also give me society, diplomacy, or perception. Most of these are falling under recon knowledge. For any bonuses you have, diplomacy sort of is going to fall under gather information, perception under seek, for any bonuses you have to those abilities.
Please
Well,
let
I
me
have
be
dubious-
good at perception in one of your campaigns, please.
No.
I have
Damn it!
dubious
You're the one
knowledge,
who
but
makes the character building choices.
No, but
does-
Sorry, Oreais?
my dice
Oh no, go ahead.
suck.
Nope, all good.
Does diplomacy fall under recall? No, did that fall
No,
under
gather
recall
information
knowledge?
is what you're falling under for that, which is under the exploration
okay.
actions tab.
Okay. Okay. So then I probably can't. My dubious knowledge probably can't really help at all.
Not if you're doing diplomacy, no.
What about? Or that would only apply to the lore skills, I assume.
Lore
right?
skills or society.
Oh,
Wouldn't she
I'll just
use
do perception.
esoteric lore?
Character sheet.
You would-
Creatures normally, unless she has
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Once
Which you do
curses
have
are-
diverse lore, so you could use esoteric lore for this. It's taking a -2 penalty if you do, though.
Oh wait, I forgot.
That
about
is,
diverse lore.
diverse lore both gives you a free recall knowledge against creatures when you exploit vulnerability and allows you to use
Yeah.
esoteric lore about anything just at a penalty.
+5 is still your best. It looks
Yeah,
like.
plus it's Jericho. Since it's
Yeah.
a lore skill and it applies to anything, does that mean the DC is just lowered for anything she uses it against?
It depends. Typically, yes, but not always.
For esoteric lore, does it count as a general lore or a specific lore?
Very general.
Okay.
Esoteric is not a specific. Specific would be like a specific creature type. So there would be undead lore would be a general, and then skeleton lore would be specific.
Okay.
So for me, I look at a specific lore is typically going to be like specifically the name of a trait a creature might have. So skeleton, dragon, zombie, all of those lores are specific.
You can really get
Right.
as specific as you want.
Yeah, you can get
Red dragon lore.
right. You could get super specific if
Red
you wanted
dragon.
to. The DCs are guidelines. I get to pull whatever bullshit I want.
North
Keep that in
South lore.
mind. Okay, we have 3 successes. Han, unfortunately, you're never allowed to roll well for perception. Sucks to be you.
Fuck.
But there are 5 total challenges in this event. Ton will have you choose for Cyrus, since Cyrus is still stepped away, and then Scophos and Oreais. You can each choose 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 effectively to learn what the obstacle exactly is and what skills will be suitable to bypass it.
Oh.
Oh, welcome back, Cyrus. Never mind, you can choose instead of Ton. Leave Ton in the gutter.
Hello.
Like,
I don't know what
choose
the hell just happened.
which of the 5 we wanted to.
Effectively,
Apparently I
yeah.
got put in the gutter.
Cyrus, I rolled for you since you were gone, and you were amongst those who succeeded. Out of 5 challenges in this relay you guys are going to have to participate in, you can choose one to learn what it is and what skills will be useful for overcoming it.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Which one do you want?
Oh. Let's go with 3.
3. Fantastic. Oreais, what about you?
4.
Okay. Scophos, how about you?
1.
1. Fantastic. Scophos, you would be able to figure out, especially as you watch Aki's team take off, the very first obstacle is the treading clouds obstacle. Hero God Kylie climbed the morning mist, and as you see the road ahead off in the distance, it looks like the judges have created a very fluffy obstacle, perhaps. Lots of sheep in the way, packed into a pen that must be run through. So you could, if you had something like animal empathy, perhaps use diplomacy. Otherwise, things like nature to command them, intimidation to frighten them, or simply acrobatics or athletics to weave between or push past them to get beyond the sheep.
Would farming lore work?
Sure. Fuck it. That's a lore skill you're never going to use otherwise. Scophos, you chose the 3rd challenge, the Fields of Flame. Demon Lord Nurgal set fire to the island to stop Kyle. This relay, from what you can tell, what you've seen the people setting it up do, has a safer recreation. A trench filled with hot coals you have to walk across.
Oh.
That's safer than burning fields, at
I
least.
guess so.
So, of course, for that, something like pure fortitude to just resist the heat, or perhaps acrobatics. But also, since, it could be considered a dancing across the embers to some extent, performance could also perhaps be used on this. This one, I'd also say, if you somehow have resistance to fire, that will give you a circumstance bonus on your checks.
Well, I guess I know where the barbarian's going.
And last but not least, Scophos, you chose, or sorry, not Scophos, Oreais, you chose the 4th option, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Nurgal's Eye. That is when Hero God Kyle threw a javelin into the eye and wounded the Demon Lord. You're going to be hopping on a chariot, riding forward, and precision throwing a javelin whilst doing so, which is going to be a ranged attack roll. However, is also going to require someone steering simultaneously with something like vehicle or games lore or nature to command the horses. This might be an event you want two of you at, so that one person could steer and one person could throw. Otherwise, probably going to have penalties on the person trying to do both at the same time. But you guys have 5 challenges you need to break yourselves up between. The 6th and final challenge I didn't bring up as an option for you guys to figure out, because that's going to be the actual racing the chariots back. Once you have effectively gathered what the herb is, you will need to you'll all come together effectively at that point, hop on the chariots, race back to get your final time. So, how would you guys like to distribute yourselves? What are we thinking?
All right.
Someone's gonna have
Pon's
to double up, right?
You guys certainly can double up. Yeah. Well,
Well, I meant
it's
like one person's gonna do 2 of the.
yes. You guys can have someone do multiple events in a row.
Pon will volunteer for the fire.
If someone did the first one, would they plausibly have time to get to the 4th before the other people get there?
Not really. The shortcuts that are set up are to help people get to the final where the chariots are set up by the time the herb has been gained. So once someone has done their job, they're probably done until everyone reconvenes.
And we need at least 2.
It would be helpful. Not necessary, but helpful.
Oh, you can drive and throw at the same
You
time?
can, yeah. Effectively, you have to successfully steer and then throw a javelin. And if you have someone else who can steer, it acts as an aid for the person throwing the javelin.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just going to be the one person doing it all on their own.
And is throwing the javelin? It's a ranged attack roll.
It is a ranged attack
So
with
is
a
that
javelin.
necessarily dex, or is that strength as well?
It is going to be dex. It is specifically a javelin is a ranged simple weapon. So it's going to be dex plus simple weapon proficiency effectively to throw it.
I would not be good at really either the steering or the throwing for the fourth one.
I'd be fine with throwing.
What were the skills you could use to steer the chariot aside from the lures?
Nature.
Nature, I believe. Scaphos, are you feeling good about nature, particularly for steering?
I went ahead and put all the challenges in chat for you guys to help keep track.
Is my +4 untrained?
Who
That's
has the
still
best
better than
nature?
me.
Ah,
Yeah, it's pretty
yes. The untrained nature is better than the 2 trained natures.
really playing our strengths, guys.
Yeah, I know, right?
So Scaphos will say, I mean, logically speaking, the 5th one has to be identifying an herb. I guess.
To some extent, probably.
They'll probably have multiple different plants and you pick. I can probably do that as well.
Do you want
I
to
could drive the chariot
and then
do the 5th part?
Yeah. And Cyrus can throw. I can do the first one. Do we have any inkling of what the second would be?
What was the story? She climbed the mist.
She climbed the mist, treaded the clouds before Nergal used the sun to basically force her to fall to the ground and burn the land.
So, do you think it might be something to do with climbing?
Could be. Or falling.
Well, my athletics is okay. Not so much acrobatics.
Ton will volunteer for the Fields of Flame, the dancing over the hot coals.
I can do the first and second. Or if the second, let's see, Ton, you might be more. Okay, you're a bit more athletically well-rounded than me. Would you like to do the second and
yeah,
the
I'll
third?
do the. Sure. Oh, let's do this back to back, baby.
Okay, I'll do. I'll get through those sheep.
Okay.
So Minotaur wading through sheep. That's great.
Yes, I'm going to use intimidation for that. So.
Amazing.
The hell out of the way, sheep.
So it looks like what I just put in chat is about what we're going with. Oreais on the first challenge, Ton on the second and third, and both Scophos and Cyrus on the fourth and fifth.
I mean,
Could-
Cyrus doesn't
if-
have to come to the fifth one, but she can if she wants.
Yeah, I was going to say, is
Right.
there any benefit to both me and Ton, for example, being on the second one? I guess if it's something where both people or one person fails, it could drag the average down.
It's
so-
meant to be a relay race.
Okay.
is
then
the
I'll
main
stick on the second
thing.
one. Yeah, that makes sense.
So effectively, mechanically, how this is going to work is we're sort of going to be doing this off of chase rules, jankily to an extent. So each of these challenges will require a certain number of successes for your character to successfully complete the challenge and move on. Every round of the chase is about 10 minutes in length. So it's going to be a long endeavor to keep that in mind. So like Scophos and Cyrus working together to some extent will allow them to potentially complete it quicker. But maybe I think it's a little unclear mechanically if you are meant to be working it together or not. Maybe you actually aren't supposed to be able to work together because it is a relay race.
So they can just do 4 and one person can do 5 or something.
Right.
Like just Scophos can continue.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do just Scophos on the final challenge. Cyrus is just there to throw javelins.
Is the last one all of us or just one person?
Challenge 6 is going to be everyone. That is the racing chariots. Effectively, you all reunite, and anyone who is making a check can in the round.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So you are probably looking at, considering there's 6 challenges here, a minimum of 12 rounds, unless you get some good crit successes here and there. But you're probably looking at an average of 12 rounds, or about 2 hours, for a team to finish theirs. So
Except Team Act, they'll do it in 30 minutes.
Will or
They're
Aquila?
cheating, I think.
well, the 2-hour mark
True.
comes and goes, and Team Aki is nowhere to be found for their team.
Okay.
Their team takes 2 hours and 40 minutes in total to finish. They actually are quite slow. A total of 16 chase rounds, effectively. But
Do they seem
as-
displeased when they return?
You definitely hear some quiet bickering amongst them, especially because they went first. They seem to have probably misjudged who on their team should take care of what challenge. Maybe they weren't listening to the opening speech. Maybe they weren't really paying attention. Who knows? But it looks like they definitely made some mistakes.
Okay.
Hey, maybe that gives you guys an opening. But as Oreais, you move to the starting line. Ton, Scothos, Cyrus, all of you hop into some chariots by some of the other people and are driven off to your own starting points. Oreais, we start with you. When you begin moving, this whole thing begins as you sort of stand before this long pen, full, packed even, with fluffy sheep, giving you little to no room to maneuver easily. But, you may start it whenever you would like.
Okay.
Push
She
through
will
the
just,
sheep.
Yeah, push through them, kind of snort and like stomp on the ground and just kind of yell at them, move out of the way. I'm sorry about this, my unintelligent hooved friends. Move and just like try to push through them and also get kind of like loud and aggressive.
Yeah,
I want to use intimidation.
Intimidation can absolutely be your first skill here. As you first 10 minutes of the event, you run up to see for yourself this massive cloud of sheep start apologizing while also stomping your feet and beginning to try and push through and get them to move out of the way. It's a sea of wool. Go ahead and give me that check. These, of course, are public rolls. These can be hero pointed, but you're good to get us started. An 18 will succeed on your first check. Not a crit success, so it doesn't get you all the way through the pen, but as that first sort of leg, you reach the halfway point of the pen, the sheep are jostling and butting into you as they're moving around and running through the pen. It's slow progress as you are trying to wade through this just massive fucking moving carpet here, but it's consistent progress. You don't ever find yourself getting pushed back or struggling necessary to make forward progress. It's just very slow for what you would normally be moving. This is like uber difficult terrain, effectively. You've gotten about halfway through here. You've got the other half to go, so you've got one more round.
Right?
Eliminate the sheep again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna continue. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you can absolutely do the same thing. There is no penalty for doing the
See
same
if we
check
have
multiple
anything else
times.
that can help. Yeah. Terrain expertise.
Sheep.
That doesn't help.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be pretty funny. Okay. Move. Oh no.
A 14. I'm so sorry to say, as you shout move once more,
PowerPoint that.
a bunch of the sheep do move right in front of you. Sheep crossing. Beware.
Okay.
But with a little bit of effort, you manage to push the sheep to the side. They quickly get out of the way, and you continue rushing forward, eventually getting out of the pen and rushing forth to where you see your good friend Ton.
Gonna
No.
give him a high five or pass him the baton.
Kind of reaches
Yeah.
up
Have
so we can
anything.
high five.
Scothos and Cyrus, I did realize I was doing it wrong. It is limit of one person per event. The steer check when you do on the chariot is effectively a self-aid on throwing the javelin.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to ask you guys to separate who's doing which of those challenges.
I'll do
Sorry,
the 5th challenge.
Okay.
He can do the chariot,
Okay.
or she can.
Alrighty.
What is the checks for the steering again?
It's going to be nature for you. Have fun. But again, that's just self-aiding, effectively.
That's just
Okay.
it.
The important role is getting the javelins through. Now, Ton, you've been standing here waiting for the last 15 minutes or so after getting dropped off of your point as Oreais. You sort of watched off in the distance, big, hulking minotaur pushing her way and yelling at sheep. Quite a comical sight, quite frankly, and the spectators in the hills are certainly enjoying it. But the spectators, of course, get sparser the further you get out. And you're sitting here at the second obstacle, the steep descent, and recognizing perhaps this might have been a poor idea to station you here.
What
As
does that mean?
the hill descends at this point along the route, a rather steep descent, and you've had time to look and analyze as you've been waiting, and you see quite a lot of loose rubble and rather precarious footholds. It is likely
Literally
going
my
to
terrain
be
expertise.
something that is going to require you to go quickly, of course, but might at the same time be quite dangerous. So, of course, acrobatics is going to be a check here, as well as a reflex save. Athletics will not help you here, though, since your options are more about finding a safe route down, something like survival or your all-time favorite check, perception, are the skills you're going to be looking at here.
All right, well, let's get this over with. Jericho,
Your
Yes.
reflex
how
is
long
better
did
than
it
mine.
take? How long did it take Oreais to get through the sheep?
20 minutes total. 2 rounds.
Okay. All right, well, let's
Oreais
begin this.
succeeded. Oreais, as you
There's
see this and go,
wool.
no.
There's wool all over her dark coat, at least from the waist down.
Pond just
Amazing.
kind of looks at her. Pond just looks at her. Looks at his.
Don't make me shove you down this mountain.
I'm going. Okay, Jericho, let's do this.
Almost choked on my water there.
No,
Fucking-
don't do that.
What skill are we
Would-
thinking
would-
here?
Let's start with
Hmm.
acrobatics.
Okay. What, Oreais?
No, I was going to say, would mountain terrain expertise have helped here?
I probably would have allowed it help.
I mean, it
To some
basically helps with
extent.
survival, so I
Yeah.
think it might only. It actually basically would only work with survival, which I'm not great at, so it doesn't actually help that much.
Okay, here comes the acrobatics check.
Give me acrobatics. 14 is unfortunately not a success.
All right, I'll hero point it.
As Oreais pushes you, maybe.
Oh Jesus!
But a 17
17.
does succeed.
Okay.
Thank goodness for Keeley's.
Yeah, thank God.
As you begin making your way down, and immediately the terrain falls out from under you, causing you to
wonderful.
lose your balance. You trip on, the rock underfoot slides and causes you to roll partway down the hill before stomp your other foot into the ground, manage to keep your footing, prevent yourself from falling over, and begin a bit more carefully picking your way down the hillside. Of course, you're only about halfway down at this point as you're going on that roll. 10 minutes or so of carefully focused moving down a hill and doing your best to not slip and crack your head on something. Since, of course, you need to
course.
keep your health up for what comes next.
Another check, I assume.
By all means.
All right, here comes the next acrobatics.
Bringing us to the 40-minute mark. What are we looking at? A 24 is phenomenal. At this point, you sort of reach a point as you're going down. You see the bottom of the hill. You've got experience rock surfing almost from your first near miss. So why not just do it on purpose this time to bring you all the way down to the bottom? Find 2 loose rocks that are about, shoulder width apart, hop on, use your tail to push off, and down you go. And manage to miraculously not faceplant. Thankfully, there's not really any spectators this far out to see that happen. But thankfully, you managed to successfully reach the bottom of the hill, which of course brings you face to face with a solid quarter-mile of hot coals
Oh god.
that you have to traverse here. Best of luck.
Okay. Can I rage?
Unfortunately, no. There are no enemies
Aw.
here to rage against.
Mm.
Hot coals are not
They
an
don't
enemy
have
to
a
be
rage
overcome.
That's not a requirement to rage. It just says if you aren't fatigued or raging. Damn it.
Yes,
All right.
but if I am not correctly, rage lasts for 1 minute until you fall unconscious or the encounter ends. So,
You're not.
one, we're not in an encounter, and rage also only lasts for a minute. This is 10 minutes per attempt.
Damn it. All right. Well, let's do this.
Love the idea, but... so
All right.
again, acrobatics works, performance works, but you can also just be rolling flat fortitude saves here. Just tank it.
Oh yeah, Tom's going to attempt to tank it with fortitude saves. Here we go. First fortitude save.
Oh, a
Nice.
20! By all means. If the hill was harrowing enough, this is a walk in the park. Quite literally. I mean, who cares that the park is just a little toasty? It's just a warm day. You've dealt with more disgusting, humid days back in the forests of Tian Sha. This is nothing to you so far as you just casually walk along the coals.
Here's the next one.
If ever there was a right person for the right job, Tan,
Nice.
he does nothing to you. Hot coals, maybe they forgot to reheat them after Timaki. They took so long after all. You just
Okay.
casually walk across them, bringing you guys to the hour mark. The first hour, 6 chase rounds ended with Cyrus standing by with a chariot, 2 horses, a trio of javelins, and you can see along the road ahead 3 posts, each of them with a sort of broad ring topping it, inside of which are smaller rings to potentially hit. You've been briefed, Cyrus, that you need to control the horses, get into a sort of solid position to throw, and then actively throw the javelin, which you need either to get 2 javelins through the large rings or 1 javelin through the smaller suspended ring. Effectively, 2 regular successes or a crit success to get through this.
I realized I was muted. Understood.
All good. Would you like a javelin in your inventory? Good man.
Yes, please.
This. Just so you have the nice and easy attack roll ready to go. But of course, first and foremost, you must get the horses under control and convince them to take you down the road.
Okay.
So-
Nature it is.
Well, you don't have vehicle lore, you don't have driving lore, you don't have games lore.
Galore.
You're saying warfare lore wouldn't help?
You got games on your
I feel like they
chariot.
used warfare and chariot, like they use chariots in warfare.
I would allow warfare lore for this.
Sweet, absolutely.
Yeah. Chariots were
Hell yeah.
originally designed for warfare.
Sweet. Motherfucker.
Unfortunately, your choice of lore does not help when you roll a 4, and an 11 does
Yeah,
fail.
whatever.
Now remember, this is just to aid your javelin throw. You do not necessarily have to
There's
succeed
nothing
at
for a
this.
failure.
Nothing for a failure. Only if you crit failed.
Understood. Okay.
So
Then we will just attempt to.
the horses are a bit recalcitrant. You end up driving a lot slower than you would imagine, but you're
Okay.
going at a good clip.
Okay.
You'll get there in
we're
a couple
going to try
minutes.
to- So attempt to throw javelin.
Yeah. Please target. I don't have a
Oh, what
target
am I
for you.
targeting?
Nothing. A 17 does hit. It's up to you if you wanna fish the hero point, try and get that crit into the small target. Up to you.
Nah.
Just taking the first javelin through the ring without issue.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Alrighty.
The horses, really, the throwing the javelin's the easy part. It's the horses effectively walking forward. That's
Fair.
the issue. And, as they walk past the rings, you got to get them to turn around and go back. So, give me
Alrighty.
one more warfare lore check, I suppose, unless you want to go back to nature.
Well. No.
26 is a crit success on this.
Let's go.
Go ahead and give yourself that crit success aid effect to throw your javelin here.
Alrighty.
As with
So
practiced.
Jericho,
Oh yes,
because I have cooperative nature.
you do indeed. Which is
It just gives me a +4. It doesn't matter.
yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't have actually changed your previous roll, but good to know.
Yeah.
Because this is effectively an aid roll.
We love
I'll go.
cooperative
It's
nature.
a +2, right?
+2. Yeah, there is an effect in basic action macros.
I know. I was hitting the toggle. It just lets me
yeah.
choose the bonus.
+2 for a crit. Unless you are master or better in the skill, then it gets better.
Got it. Alrighty. We roll to hit now.
Yeah. You just need a success here. A crit is just glory. And a 17 succeeded last time. This time it works just as well. And I even think this aid might come in a bit beautifully as, the first time you drive past, the horses were basically walking, not really listening, but you had to get a feel for the horses. You had to remind them that Laura was here, which, really got them to start listening. And then you turn the chariot around, are driving back actually quite fast, ready to throw. As you throw the javelin, looks for the briefest moment like it's going to miss. And then Laura handstands on the two front paws, bats the javelin with their tail, and just barely redirects it enough that it goes into the ring. A perfect aid, if I do say so. Waddles and begins chewing on one of the javelins. It thought you were playing fetch the whole time. But with that successfully taken care of, you drive forward with the chariot over to Scaphos. Now, you've got Oreais, you've got Ton on taking back paths themselves towards the chariot pickup point, effectively to here, since Cyrus has the chariot ready to go, and Scaphos, you're ready to search for the herb, quote unquote. I believe you had said,
Correct.
well, contrary to what your initial belief was, that there were going to be numerous herbs and you had to pick the right one, as you were approaching here, the overseer informed you that the figurative herb you're looking for is not hidden within the wood. They're not forcing you to drive 3 days away and back, effectively. You just need to collect a marble, a large green marble that they have prepared to represent the herb. The problem is they stuck it in a box. And it's a large box, it's about a foot in each dimension. You can see one side of it is clear glass on the box. The other 5 are made out of wood with a strange dial mounted on one of the sides. The only opening into the box, about the size of the marble you can see inside, winds through a small maze of twisting passages. It's a goddamn marble tilt maze to get that marble nearby. You know, there's some wire nearby if you want to potentially fish it out as well. So you've got some options on how you want to open the box and get it out. You can try and do the marble maze, which might be things like thievery, a reflex save, perhaps crafting. Or you can try and decipher that dial, the combination lock on this box, and open it to just pull the marble out yourself, which you'd be looking at something like Arcana, Thievery, or Perception to overcome with. The choice is...
chose a poorly.
I did like the idea of looking for herbs, but no, they're going very representative here rather than actual thing. Can we call in Kinriel for help here? Just to
I wish.
Arcana open the box. So
Arcana go burr.
Well,
I imagine your best options would be perception to decipher the lock, or probably a reflex save to get the marble out that way.
yeah, I mean, perception's the best I'm going to be,
So,
I think.
all right. These are public rolls. The rare public perception check. And can, of course, be hero pointed. But similarly to everyone else, you do need a total of 2 successes here, or a single crit success.
Alrighty. Just looking through my stuff, seeing if there's any way to-
Anything to help. Where's an alchemist with a whole bunch of bullshit elixirs when you need one?
This is not a recall knowledge, right? So,
No. These aren't really
Alright.
specific skill actions. These are just rolls. These are to overcome a chase obstacle.
how easy it'd be to just break the box.
That would be grounds for disqualification. They only have one of these. They need it for
There we
all
go,
the
just
teams.
Straight up perception.
Alrighty.
It's okay, it'll be a nat 20, so. No, hero point, hero point.
I think everyone's gotten a 14 at this point, except Scoffos.
Yeah.
Or except Cyrus.
Oh,
Hey, still a 20 is pretty damn good there. That is a success on your first attempt as you begin twisting the dial, figuring it out, listening for how it moves, how the lock inside might respond. Because, you know, who actually cares about directly figuring it out if you can just brute force it? But brute forcing a wooden dial lock is a time-intensive job, as probably around this point, Ton, Oreais, the two of you have returned and are sort of by Cyrus with the chariot, just sort of watching and waiting Scoffos to pick this and get the marble out you're looking for.
All right. Second time.
Let's do it. A 16 is a failure on perception.
All right. Rerolling with a hero point.
Alrighty. An 18 is an exact success. With a sort of moment where you unfortunately take it one step too far, reset the entire lock, and there's that brief frustration, perhaps despair of all that time lost. But thankfully, you are not a one-man show, Scophos, and you've got some friends, let's call them, stuck with you at all times that remembered the exact movements of the dial to reach that point you were at, and so pretty quickly and easily help you get back to where you were, slide the final movement of the dial into position, and open the entire glass side of the box, such that you can remove the marble. Roughly, fits in your palm, pretty large glass, clear green marble sitting in it. You guys have yet to reach 2 hours. So things are looking good, but you've still got to hop on the chariot and rush on back. And you're going to be probably wanting a very good roll, at least at some point, because you are quite far away. You guys need a grand total of 4 successes to return. Of course, whoever you want can roll as you guys hop on the chariot, begin sort of the first leg back, as the route has you sort of traveling along the coastline for this first half of the run back before you will turn inland back towards Bilax itself. Who is going to be the one driving? Again, things like vehicle lore, driving lore, games lore. I believe we even said warfare lore could potentially work. Nature. In this case, I might even allow something like intimidation at a bit of a higher DC since you are rushing to return.
Hey, Cyrus, I heard you're good with warfare.
I guess I shall be the driver.
Yeah. I will also say, you guys have 4 people here. People can aid if they would like, if they have methods to do so, ideas on how they could. There is nothing to stop you from helping out.
Okay, so
Does anyone have a high skill?
well, my highest skill is athletics, but athletics ain't gonna work to aid.
No.
Yeah.
Neither is acrobatics.
Start carrying one of the horses and running.
I know, right?
Trying to
I
think of how I could aid with intimidation or something. I'll just yell at the crowd. Hey,
No,
fuck
just yell
off.
at the horses.
Like, yell at the horses.
There's not really a crowd this far in. The crowd is all sort of by the beginning of the race. Just like
Intimidate the
waiting.
horses to go faster.
Yeah, you can yell at the horses to go faster if you wanted to do that to aid.
I don't.
You've already
I
yelled
mean, I
at sheep.
question
What
if
are some
that makes sense as
horses?
working. You
I
know,
know,
you're
right?
right. Good point. I'm just really mad at these farm animals at this point.
Oreais
Well,
craves
I will-
violence.
I know,
I'll
right?
happily take.
I'm
Well,
gonna rage at these horses, even though I'm not even a barbarian.
yeah, I guess I'll happily take the aid in terms of from trying to scare the horses.
I remember how to do
Goddamn
this.
horses!
And
You
Scophos
just
is
can't
like
really
me.
stack aids, right?
And then
I'm sorry.
You can't really stack aid.
Multiple people can attempt it if they want to. There's no problem with
But
that.
only the greatest bonus is applied, though.
Yes. And you do, of course, run the risk of like a success and a failure. or a crit failure, so you'll have penalty and bonus. If you
Oreais is
if you are wanting to aid, you target the person you want to aid, so target Cyrus in this case, and you do
Oh, I
the
forgot the
aid
buildings are on the map.
PF2E macros version,
Yeah.
and that lets you roll and auto-apply it.
Gotcha.
If you are doing intimidation, Oreais, set your DC to 17, not 15.
Yeah.
And Scophos, if you are doing nature, set your DC to 16, not 15 for this aid.
God damn it.
Oh, you're
Well,
you
can hero point that.
obviously. I don't want to really fuck it up.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll get rid of the crit fail from
I'm
you for
fine.
now, Cyrus, as we're looking at just a regular success at the moment.
Sure.
And up to you if you are aiding as well, Scophos. Fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Alrighty.
Okay. You're doing warfare
In
lore
that
here,
case-
Cyrus?
Yes, I am.
You're looking for DC 16.
Okay.
Best case, DC 26 gets you a crit.
I can't put a DC anywhere. Got
No, I'm just letting you know what DC you're looking for here.
sounds good. Well, not that.
Oh, I thought it was the 20.
That's not good.
There we go.
That is a regular success as you get your horses thundering down the shore or down the coastline, the pre-marked path, taking you guys forward all the way towards the end. It is not nearly enough, though. You guys are still along the coastline. You guys are 11 rounds in, so we're gonna need
Jericho just flipped.
There's a big ass bug flying around just in the open space above my
Cyrus.
monitors.
Cyrus, how many hero points do you have left?
2.
Okay, Jericho, can I attempt to aid with nature this time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, aid macro. DC 15 for nature.
DC 16 for nature, and 17 for intimidation.
Where's nature? Booyah, there we go.
Failure.
Oh, well, that's what hero points are for.
Well, there we go.
All right, so that'll be a success for you for now. Is anyone else attempting an aid on this second leg, or second round of the first leg?
They wouldn't stack, right? So at that point, it would just be looking for a better
You'd
one.
be looking for a crit, effectively.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask anyone who is not attempting to aid to give me a blind perception check. So there is a perhaps a reason in this round.
I'll hold off.
I'm sorry, Scophos.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I think Oreais was just saying.
Oh, I was
she'll
just gonna
hold
say
off.
I'll hold off on aiding again. I mean,
Yeah. There's a perhaps a reason to not aid in this case because I am giving an option for something else to do.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do perception.
Sure. Let's get a blind perception.
We have a
from-
success, so
Yes. And Cyrus, I'll reapply the success effect for you.
Thank you.
And you can go ahead and give me your roll for this next chase round.
Sounds good. For fair lore, please. There we go.
21 succeeds. Fantastic. Bringing you guys to the 2-hour mark. You guys sort of reach near the end of the coastline route. You're ready to turn inland. On average pace, you're still a good 20 minutes away from returning. 2 more successes on the second leg. I'll give you a couple bits of things to expect. you can pretty much always expect there is going to be one team that gets at least one crit success in regards to their overall ranking. So regular successes all around are not bad. They probably will not get you first place in the events, though. But also in this case, there's perhaps something you'll find a bit more important. Scaphos and Oreais. As Cyrus and Ton are focused on the chariot, the thundering of the horse's hooves drowning out most noise. Oreais especially, you've always been most attentive to what is going on at sea here in Iblydos. Couple 100 feet off the path, past where you're supposed to turn inland, out just beyond the shallow water, is a ship. Broken, sundered in half on the rocks. Near the edge of the path, you see a bedraggled, soaked human male. Looks maybe a bit injured, maybe a bit exhausted. Standing ahead, waving his arms. You can't hear over the shouting of the hooves, but you can see the mouth and throat movements of a person shouting. You guys have a choice here. Can turn inland, continue the race. You're near the end. Get probably a pretty solid time. You can stop the chariot. See what's going on with this individual. You also notice Scaphos as you're looking at this figure. Parts of his neck, parts of his face seem to be covered in like patches of what almost look like fish scales. And he does have two pretty prominent twisted horns coming out of the front of his head. So, not perhaps fully human. Or wholly human, so to speak.
I'm just gonna shout out at him. Get out of the road. There's
He's not
a
on the
race
road.
happening.
He's
Oh, I
ahead
thought
of
you
it.
said he was in front of us.
He's in front of you guys, but you guys are basically reaching the point
But
where
on
you
the side.
turn. So he's
Oh,
beyond
I see.
the end of the road. And for reference's sake, just to show you this guy is absolutely a good person and means no harm, he looks like this. That's a friend
What-
right there.
I mean,
Jericho, what the fuck?
That's a
just
good
because he
person.
has the resting bitch face.
Was the ship here already?
It did not just crash. Like, as you guys were approaching, especially in the distance, it probably looked like large rocks in the surf. Now that you've gotten closer, you can directly see, oh no, that's not large rocks. That's a whole-ass wrecked ship.
I think we should
I
help him.
vote. You think?
This is just a game. I don't know
I
what's
mean,
going on with this.
We can send when we finish. We can send someone back to help him. He's not in. Well, I guess we don't know what happened on board.
We absolutely should help him. Oh wait, I'm not.
Can
I
at
don't know
least-
that this guy's here.
Oh,
you and
we pointed him out. I would have pointed him out.
Yeah, you're all on the chariot.
yeah.
I assume the two
It's
of you would point out
Why
to
don't
Ton
we
and Cyrus.
just stop in the chariot to talk to him, and if we think he's on the up and up, then we can help him. If not, we'll lose a little time. But
Yeah. If you guys want to like
You
stop
guys-
the horses briefly and at least talk to him, that probably won't cost you too much time.
yeah,
Sure.
get your sense motive rolls ready.
yeah.
As you guys sort of stop the chariot, hop off, an immediate look of relief crosses this weary man's face. Oh, thank God. Please help. Our ship, it came under attack, wrecked on the rocks. My what's left of my companions need help immediately.
Sense motive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys can immediately give me sense motives on this guy.
I think I still have somebody targeted, so hopefully I don't miss this.
All good if you've got someone targeting
yeah,
one
same.
sense motive. That's fine. For once, Ton, you didn't roll like dog shit. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, thank God.
Good.
You did, however, roll the worst by a margin. All
Didn't have
four
anything
of
else to
you
throw.
look at this individual. You see the exhaustion etched into the face of a traveled sailor. The water that has somewhat dried in the sun and heat that was clinging to him. But you also see the numerous lacerations and small wounds, some that look like splinters of wood perhaps caused them. Some of them look a bit more dangerous if untreated. Large, bruised, and seemingly crushed parts of his left arm, as well as a maybe not deep but long laceration in his thigh. It's not really weeping too much blood, but it's definitely a pretty big blow he looks like he took. Most importantly to you guys, someone who's perhaps trying to fleece you, you would expect to perhaps be willing to share a bit of a story, share a bit more information. The moment he finishes saying this, they need help immediately, he is immediately turning around and beginning to jog limp back towards the boat, like picking up a couple large rocks as he does so. This is a man who is desperate.
I'm gonna hop off the chariot, I think.
Yeah, Ton will
Same
hop
here.
off as well.
But I'm gonna medicine check this guy. I'm trying to get him to stop so I can heal him.
Yeah, if... Are you thinking of doing like a full treat wounds or just more of an administer first aid? Maybe like stop any bleeding he's got.
Probably just administer first aid.
Yeah,
'cause
absolutely.
We
And
don't have
if-
10 minutes to treat wounds here.
Right. While you're doing that, if there's any questions you guys would like to ask him, you can probably convince him to answer them. As for the first time in this campaign, right near the end of session, I'm going to pull you guys onto a new map.
What attacked them?
It was we had numerous octopi we were transporting that broke free of their barrels and started causing mayhem on board. We've spent hours trying to fend them off before we crashed on the rocks, and my friends who are left have lashed themselves up to the part of the aft that's most above the water, but as I was swimming to shore, there's... If you look over there where those bubbles and ripples, there's reef claws looking in the surf.
So he said reef claws, Jericho?
Reef claws, yep. And anyone who wants to make a recon knowledge can certainly do so. Scophos, if you want to give me a first aid roll, you're welcome to do so. I will also say,
I do not have a
Cyrus.
healer's toolkit.
Oh, that's hilarious.
just
Jericho,
realized.
I have a minor elixir of life, I'll hand it to him and say, "Drink this."
He will gratefully accept.
And I'll take that out of my inventory.
Yeah. Cyrus, you would recognize, because you're somewhat local, you're a sailor, you know the time of day. Tide's rising. Probably
Oh,
not too long, with the look of that wreck. Tide's gonna pick it up. And when that
Oh.
happens, what's left is going to sink fully.
okay. I will mention that to the party.
In lieu of a healing check, I'll cast Rousing Splash on this dude.
Fantastic, yeah. Between the elixir of life and you drawing a bit of water from the water, instantly purifying it and using it to cover the wounds very quickly, the reef claw laceration on his leg and the crushed, effectively upper arm from the octopi are begin to rapidly heal. Reef claws. Cyrus, out of the people here, you're probably the only one who's actually, dealt with them before, even heard of them.
Sounds good.
They're aberrations. They're aquatic aberrations. They resemble like huge shrimp or lobsters would be how you would normally describe to someone. But also like eel body, lobster face and claws. For reference's sake, you would know enough to give a quick description. They often look like this.
Yep.
That's gnarly.
We love reef claws.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So they are intelligent, though they are incapable of communication to an extent. They're also very single-minded. I would say, like, you certainly know the one thing off of that recall knowledge that I'm going to give you combat information-wise, their claws are venomous.
Yep.
This guy got a laceration on his leg from their
Oh,
claws.
right.
He's not exhibiting any signs, so there's a chance he is fine. You know the venom enfeebles. He doesn't look like he's suffering from it. It's also not particularly long-lasting, but you know if he was at all unlucky, he would not have survived to even reach shore. He would also share, his name is Dikaios,
Ios.
if anyone cares. Actually, I can just...
I might try to convince him to take our chariot to the finish line and tell people about this.
I'm...
He's gonna die if he goes back in the water.
That's why I've picked up these rocks, right? I can help, can throw them.
Jericho, if I were to give him my 5 javelins, would that, if I pull out my javelins, are you better with these or with the rock?
I can certainly try. I haven't done a javelin throw in some time, but I'm adept at throwing things, so how hard could it be?
I take the 5 javelins off my back and plant them into the ground in front of him. Have at it.
Fantastic. I'm going to actually take one of yours at minimum here and stick it in his inventory. Where are the javelins in your inventory, good sir?
Well, I just deleted them because I took them off my person.
Fair enough. I'll put them in his inventory then. So, a couple things here for reference sake, as you guys recognize the urgency of the situation. He also mentions he's, like, extraordinarily grateful for your help, especially because the last people that came by completely ignored him.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
So he's been here for a couple hours already. You can
Oh.
tell by that.
Oh,
Waiting for
crap.
help. So, but that also means, hey, perhaps if you care, moral high ground over Team Aki, because they're the ones who went before you. So, do with that what you will. But as you guys are standing here, best you can tell, there are 2 reef claws in the water. This is going to be our first combat of this campaign. However, since we are basically at the end, instead of getting too deeply in, I'm simply going to ask everyone to roll initiative for me. And come next session, we will delve into saving these sailors and seeing what reward or punishment that gets you. This is going to cost you guys time in the race, but you're saving lives. What's really important? It's the race.
Oh Lord.
Jericho, so I have quick tempered. It says when I roll initiative.
Yep,
so
you
can I
get to
turn that
rage
on now?
immediately. Go for it.
Nice. 6. Did I roll a 1?
Yeah. Good job, Oreais. Nat 1 initiative.
She's irritated by stopping the race.
Yeah, once it's in chat, Ton, you just hit apply effect to give it to yourself.
For some reason, it put rage in my actions again.
Hilarious. You can just delete one of those.
Yeah.
And on that note, as we reach this point and are ready to throw life and a limb into helping, goodness gracious, Oreais, that's why I gave you
I
a
was gonna
macro.
Why is this like
It's so
a full
long.
essay in chat?
Welcome to Thaumaturge.
I didn't think it would show up in chat.
I gave you a specific macro for it. I believe it's in the 4 space on your hotbar, that when you target an
Yeah.
enemy and use it, that auto does the exploit vulnerability for you, as if you used it from your character sheet. But thank you all so much for playing. I do hope you enjoyed, especially because we're doing a lot of talking to people. I always love when you guys take the time to, chat and don't just rush forward through things. I'm perfectly happy for you to do so, but taking your time building relationships, that will certainly come back to help in the long run. So next time we'll save some sailors, hopefully, continue the competition, and win ourselves some equipment, maybe. And I'll see you guys then. Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right,
And
have a
I
good
can't
night.
play next week, so I guess TBD if we're
Yes, we will determine, since it is Labor Day next week, on whether we are actively going to play or not. We'll make that decision in the next few days.
Realistically, if Aaron is not here, it might be best to skip, because I was kind of already on the fence if I was going to be around for
Perfect.
it or not.
Yep. I was
Let's
in the
just-
next
let's
couple
just
days
skip
going to
that.
make that decision. So we'll call it officially here. No session next week, so we'll come back in 2 weeks to fight such a common, first campaign enemy. I don't know why, but reef claws are
Yeah.
just the level 1 enemy to fight. So
yeah.
Yeah.
This is my first time fighting a
Also
reef.
same.
they're fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Maybe it's just because the most recent campaign I started was Rusthenge, and Rusthenge's first fight is against a reef claw also. So they're in my memory. But have a good one, everyone. See you next time.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
Bye.